Tomorrow is International Overdose Awareness Day, and the medical community is trying to break down stigmas about drug addiction and carrying naloxone, the life-saving drug that can pause an overdose. Fox 12's Connor McCarthy spoke to two people in recovery from their addiction and joins us now live in Southwest Portland with their story and their message to parents.
Well, Pete, according to the Oregon Health Authority, in 2019, there were 280 unintentional drug overdose deaths here in the state, but that jumped to 656 in 2021. Now, this statistic is just a small window into an overall drug overdose crisis, but I did speak to those two people in our community who are in recovery, and they want the rest of the community to hear their story, especially young people.
I've overdosed probably 5 or 6 times total.
It was 8 times.
Kyle Roches and Elizabeth Smith come from different communities, different generations, and different lives. But they share one thing: they broke free from their drug addiction.
And throughout this journey of being clean, I've learned how to love myself, and embrace myself for who I am. And I started getting clean for me, because I deserve a second chance.
Kyle says his addiction started in high school as a result from him using drugs to escape instability at home. His last overdose was in April of 2021 with fentanyl.
I really was flatline dead in my mother's living room, at my mom's feet in front of my sister. And I never wanted to be in that situation.
Elizabeth says she tried opioids as a teenager too, an addiction that lasted more than 2 decades but ended in 2010.
It wasn't until I actually made it into treatment, and then after that moved into an Oxford house, that I started really loving my life and wanting to continue with this path.
Elizabeth says over the last 12 years in recovery, she's watched fentanyl become the dominant drug causing overdoses, something she says would have killed her if she didn't take the steps to change her life.
It scares me so much to think that a 12-year-old kid trying marijuana for the first time could possibly overdose on fentanyl. That just I can't even comprehend that.
With the new school year now here for many students in the Pacific Northwest, school districts in our area have been trying to educate their students and families about the dangers of fentanyl. Elizabeth says all parents should carry a dose of Narcan for the worst case scenario, while Kyle says parents just simply need to be involved with their kids' lives.
This problem is rampant. It's being put in everything. That's even if kids decide to smoke marijuana for the first time, they could end up dying from fentanyl. I've seen it. It's more intense than we even realize.
Well, Pete and Nora, I'm here at OHSU today because nurses here use the day to try to educate the public about drug overdoses and drug addictions. And they tried to push getting everyone a dose of Narcan on them. And they say if everyone had a little dose of that, then more lives could be saved. Live in Southwest Portland, Connor McCarthy, Fox 12 Oregon.